My guest in the studio this evening is Dr. Kofi Obeng-Busia. Dr. Busia is a former diplomat and a former sports administrator. Doc, good evening and welcome to the studio.
Good evening.
Doc, we're starting off with the Globe Premier League. This weekend at the Babaya Sports Stadium, El Clasico, Kumasi Asante Kotoko against Hearts of Oak. Are we to expect, Kotoko has a 10-goal win in their favor. Hearts of Oak has 6. Is it an indication that Kotoko might win the game?
Certainly no. When you are conversant with the history of Hearts Kotoko clashes, it has nothing to do with form guide. It has nothing to do with who won yesterday and who lost yesterday.
Oh.
The league table is not even relevant.
So regardless of the fact that Kotoko lost their game last weekend, Hearts of Oak won. It doesn't
matter. It doesn't also matter that Kotoko is playing home against Hearts.
Okay.
If anything at all, the burden is very much on Kotoko in Kumasi, as much as the burden would be on Hearts in Accra. If you looked at their encounters, and so far, judging from 1975, the two teams have met about 34 times in competitive matches. Hearts have won 12 of them in Kumasi. Kotoko has won 14 of them in Kumasi. Kotoko has won 12, and 8 of them has ended in drawn games. So it is the ultimate of Ghana soccer over there. What I pray is that, given the experience that we had about 10 years ago, this stampede and death and whatnot, which has also become a common feature, seems to be becoming a common feature in African football, with some of them happening in Kenya.
Doc, we will come to the step.
I know. I guess you said an example of that.
Yeah.
We expect that security to be very high.
That's what's been said, that security is tight.
But then, it is not the presence of the police, the number of times the security agents are there. That is going to prevent people from this thing. One very bad spectacle is people in uniform jubilating over a goal. That incenses...
When they're supposed to be working.
There should be an appearance of neutrality, regardless of what your sentiments are, once you're in the uniform. But you see some of them putting away their batons and other things and jubilating over a goal. Once that happens, you've lost control over the crowd. It doesn't matter how many.
That means the crowd is not protected.
No.
One school of thought says that with heavy presence, the BNI, the police, security apparatus, all of them at the stadium, people might say, hey, this game is not going to be nice. So it might stop people from going to the game. Do you think that might affect the game in any way on Sunday?
You see, one of the things that is compelling now, that would compel people to go to the sports stadium, is the way Kotoko and Hearts view this season. Hearts thinks that it is a win-win for them, so that they can enter next year as a centenary champions. Kotoko also is going to celebrate their 75th anniversary. Given their history and other things, I'm not surprised that people will attend these matches. But however, Ghana Football League has entered a zone where attendance at all the stadium are nil. I've seen Kotoko Hearts play in Accra, and the crowd capacity will not be more than 1/4 of what the total was expected of them to be at the stadium. If people feel intimidated somehow by the over-presence of, it is most likely to drive the few who, given the repackaging of these matches, who wins the trophy for an anniversary, will turn back home and stay. But my only prayer is that they will look at it from the point of view of the presence of the police and the security outfit being there to the advantage. So they could be more protected, and should see that it from a positive point of view and then attend. But if people don't attend, that could be one of the attributes or one of the reasons.
But considering the fact that, as you said already, the Globe Premier League has had low patronage last season, this season. That game, it can make a difference, no? Because regardless of how heavy the security presence, it will, the crowd will be much higher than the other regular games.
That's true.
Considering the fact that Kotoko and Hearts is the
ultimate
of the Globe Premier League. Will it affect it in any way? You think people are going to go regardless?
I think
having said that the security presence might affect people going to the stadium, will anything change?
It will, depending on the way, as I said, the two teams have very repackaged this season. And if you recall, I think Dr. Keke Sapon is doing quite a fantastic job in terms of people believing that what happens on the field of play is only a capsule of what goes on in football industry
football,
these days.
that's
A lot goes on behind the scene. And it's bringing people's awareness to the fact that football is a business, and they that get involved should observe it as such.
That's right.
I would hope that Frank Krensel would learn from that and then also bring us to that angle. And also the way it's been touted in the radio stations and whatnot, I think it would definitely move people to want to watch this match. And perhaps this may be the fillip that we need to, as it were, bring about the resurgence of crowd attendance to this time. This thing is that good football at the end of the day becomes a winner. If that is so, and Kotoko and Hearts can lay claim to having been facilitators of such a product to the consumers who are the fans, then I think it will be a beginning of great things to come, you know.
Beginning of great things to come. The other games for the Premier League this weekend, on top, before I go to the other games, Kotoko is third and have 13 points, and Hearts is sixth with 12 points. It still doesn't mean anything?
It doesn't. Let me recall something. 1983, the year that Kotoko won the African Cup for the second time, Hearts of Oak played a midweek match at the Accra Sports Stadium. No writer than Ohimba Charles, then SWAT president. And Kumasi had then become more or less a Waterloo or burial ground for a lot of things. And Hearts won that match narrowly at the Accra Sports Stadium, but they weren't that impressive. And Ohimba Charles wrote that if this was what they were going to do at the burial grounds in Kumasi, they
might as well stay in Accra.
Yes. But you know what happened? Hearts led 3-0 at halftime. Kotoko pulled up even and Hearts beat them 4-3. And the match that they played was